Okay, so first of all, you are going to want to be in Google Chrome because it seems to be the most compatible with Google Classroom. So if you don't have that web browser, just download it to your computer and use it, and then encourage your students to use it as well. So this is my current Google Classroom that I've set up. Just so you can see all the different tabs, just because I am second grade. We have decided to combine all three of our classes and just kind of tackle different subjects for the entire second grade. So I won't actually be teaching all of these. So just to kind of show you what yours is going to start to look like, I've put mine into different topics. Um, and this is how essentially yours is going to end up looking like. If you were to not put them in topics, they're going to sort of look like this, where you just upload material and then you just have a ton of stuff, which is, for me, I teach the lesson and then incorporate the videos as I need to. So this works for me in the actual classroom, but it's not going to work just to have a ton of stuff uploaded for students to look at one time. I think it'll be too overwhelming. So you're not going to want to just upload a bunch of materials. So first thing, I have pulled up another Google account just to show you what it's going to look like when you make your first class. So I don't have any classes set up on this account. It'll look like this: create or join your first class. You probably have ACAs here. And it should say create or join here. If yours does not say create, if it just says join, then you need to get with Robin or Martin and get them to identify your email account with a teacher account instead of just a student account. So if you are identified as a teacher with ACA, you should have create or join here. So you're going to click on that and you're going to create a class. So this is going to pop up. Sure. So our class name we want to create, it can be whatever. I'm just going to put math. You really don't have to fill any of this in. This is just extra stuff. So create. All right, so I've got my first class created. It'll prompt you here with some things that you can do. Got it. And basically it's going to do that all throughout your first time on Google Classroom. They did a really good job at prompting you and showing you how to do things. So going back to all of my classes over here on my left-hand toolbar, I can look at that, and then ACA should be up here somewhere. And this will be your main screen to go back to see all of your classes. So I haven't added any students there yet. So once I get in, you don't want to post anything right here on your stream. This is where your students will post, or you can post. For me as a second grade teacher, I don't want my students to be able to post anything, so I'll actually end up disabling that. Thought you could do it somewhere right here, but anyway, you can disable. This is you can schedule post with them, and you'll see that you can schedule throughout. But all right, so go to classwork. This is where your main work is going to be, and then you won't see it in your stream until you've actually assigned it. So if you go to the classwork tab, you can create an assignment, a quiz, just post a question, upload material, which is what my science tab looked like. It's just a bunch of videos and stuff all just there for you. Again, I don't recommend doing that if you are going to be putting a lot of instructions or a lot of stuff on there, because it'll be too overwhelming. You can reuse, and then topics is what I've been creating, is sort of like sections or units or however you want to see it. So I'm going to create a topic and just say math lesson 101. So that'll be like what Monday's lesson would be. So again, just go back to create. I want to put up an assignment. Add or create materials here, so you can actually create from this screen slides, docs, drawings, forms, Google Forms, which has been great for me to put up actual tests for them to take, which you can have Google grade it for you, and then export it to a spreadsheet. So my first assignment is going to be lesson 101A. You can put instructions here, complete the page, or whatever, drag and drop classwork. So you can do that if you want to upload. Got that. So you can add from your Google Drive. You can add a link, a file, or something from YouTube. What I love about Google Classroom in the aspect of YouTube here is that I can do a search actually from this screen if I've already seen a video that I like, or you can just put your URL there. But so if I wanted to do oh, well, sorry, got a call from my mom. So if I want to go geometric shapes for kids, it will show up whatever I could search on regular YouTube here, and add, or like I said, you could actually put in a link. What you will see is that it's automatically going to save everything that you do, which is what I've been doing, is not assigning it yet, because you can schedule it or assign it for now, but I'm just putting drafts in for now, so I'm not actually doing anything with that. So I've actually put pictures of the lesson worksheet up for them. I'm going to save all of those to my drive. You'll see that it's adding to my drive, and then I can organize it. I'm going to create a new folder, lesson 101A, just so that it's organized, and then move those pictures just into that folder so that I can probably delete them later. So going back to my Google Classroom, I can add those screenshots that I took of those pages from my Google Drive. They're actually going to be in my recent folders, or not. Oh, I forgot I'm on a different drive. Okay, so let me go back. Math. So I've gotten you this far. I just had to switch screens. So complete the page, or whatever your instructions are going to be. Google Drive, recent. I'm going to start with the very first one. Add that. Complete the page. This is a fact drill within 2 minutes. Students can view my file. We don't want them to edit it, and then it will be there. So it's in ACA Math. It's for all of my students. I can actually put a grading scale on it. I'm just going to, if I'm not actually going to grade it, I've just been putting 1 point. We'll see how that works out for me. I can schedule a due date for it. So this actual due date is going to be on Monday the 23rd. We'll say by 11:59. You don't have to schedule a due date though, but they won't be able to post anything or upload anything on your page. If you've assigned for them to upload something, they won't be able to do it past that time frame. So, and then I want to go ahead and schedule this or assign this to a certain topic. That way it stays organized. So this is about geometric shapes, which is the topic that I've chosen. You can choose a rubric if that's something that you're grading with a rubric, and then if it's something that they need to type out, and you wanted to put something like Turnitin on there, you can select this and Google will actually search to see if it's an original file. So anyway, everything is saved there. I can assign it or schedule it or save draft, which I'm actually going to do, but I'm not going to click it there just because I want you to see that you can exit out over here and it'll stay up. So here's what I put, and you'll see it's still a draft, and they can't actually see any of this on the stream because I haven't assigned it yet. And you can go in and delete if you decide that you don't want to use that, or again, edit. It'll bring you back into where you were. If you want to, I'll show you a Google form really quick, just because I found it really helpful as far as getting them to actually submit answers if you want to still take some sort of grade. So we'll say math, shapes. You can describe, I'm not going to put a description there. And then this is automatically collecting email addresses for ACA users. This way you know the actual email address for who is submitting each one. You can go over here into settings and actually put that you want every form to collect email addresses. That way you don't get a bunch of responses and not know who submits them. So do make sure that you go put collect email addresses on every one of them. They will get a receipt, or like, thank you, I got your upload, if they want it, or if you want to just always send that back to him or them, your upload has been received. You can restrict to users in ACA. I'm assuming they are going to assign them an email. You can do it to where you can get responses through any sort of email address. That's just personal preference. And then I do want them to only send me one response. I don't want them to be able to edit after they submit it, just in case they are able to see anyone else's, if you choose to let them do that, and then realize that they were wrong. And I don't want them to be able to see any sort of response. This, I didn't really find anything here that was helpful for me, but this is the response that they will get after they've submitted. And then I can make this a quiz, and I could choose to immediately release a grade to them, but I want to manually review it myself before it gets to them. I can show them what questions they missed. the correct answers, which I'm not going to do just since this is online, and then they can see their point values. That's again up to you.